Hey everyone, Draker here, and we're here with Game 2 of Blizzcon 2010 match between MakaPrime as the Red Terran and DuckloadRa as the Blue Protoss. And this was round 6, actually. I said in the first game that it was round 3, but I was a little way off. I gotta organize those replays that I got so that doesn't happen again. So WhiteRa did take game 1 with a great counter to MakaPrime's unit composition and beat him into a nice little early mid-game match. It was just getting into a good mid-game. When WhiteRa just straight up attacked MakaPrime and owned him in one major battle there. So yeah, this is game 2. It's a best out of 3 series, and this will determine on who moves on in the BlizzCon tournament. So now we do have, this is going to be a huge wall off here for MakaPrime to deal with. He's going to have to build probably a couple of barracks. He'll probably do supply depot barracks, reactor, barracks, reactor, tech lab, and then a supply depot, or some are similar. Maybe barracks, then factory, whatever. Now, let's get the production tab going on here. Now, we do have a gateway on the way here at 12 supply for WhiteRa, as he is now sending out his scout, which is very normal to get that gateway at 12 supply. And we have also the barracks at 12 supply as well for MakaPrime. So definitely standard build compositions at the start for both teams. Nothing unusual or anything like that. Now, we do have both scouts are on the way. They are going to be able to pass each other, as WhiteRa does have a... it looks like WhiteRa was trying to get a little harass on the SCV there, but he decided to pull off and now fully scout out the base. Now, we do have that barracks. It's just about done here for MakaPrime. He hasn't got a refinery yet. By this time in first game, he already had a refinery, but we do have this simulator did just finish here for WhiteRa. So we are going to see early stalkers on the field once again for this player. Now we do have an SCV from MakaPrime chasing around this probe, trying to be able to kill it, but he decided to say screw it, and he is making that SCV mine some more minerals. Now we do have an orbital command around 15 supply here for MakaPrime. Very normal to get that orbital command at around 15-16 supply, so you can get some mules on the field and all that fun stuff. Now we do have WhiteRa just chrono boosting out some more probes, so he can get his simulator fully saturated, and to get those mineral line fully saturated. Obviously, more probes you have, the better off you'll do. And we also have the Cybernetics Core did just finish here for DuckloadRa. So we are, as I was saying, we are going to see some stalkers in the field, although he is getting out a Zealot first, which is a little different than what he did the first game. Now, we look at here, we have a nice little proxy racks by MakaPrime, a very slight proxy racks, actually. I don't understand. He even trapped his own SCV. I don't understand. I've never seen that before. Building a barracks there. I don't know if it's a keep. I guess it's a keep an eye over here. That's the only thing I could think of. But we do have a scout from DuckloadRa still scouting around with his probe. We do have the wall office complete here by MakaPrime with more supply depots. We also have a Robo Bay now on the way here for DuckloadRa right after that gateway, as he does have a second gateway though on the way. So he is sticking to the same build as he did the first game, and he might as well, if it's won you the first game, hey, might as well do it the second game. Especially when it looks like that MakaPrime's also sticking to the same build order, although he is just now getting his refinery now. So it looks like he was on mass marines at the start, which is exactly what he's doing, as he's now pushing out with it looks like almost an all-in approach here with four SCVs and a handful of marines. So he's using those SCVs as meat shields here. And it looks like MakaPrime decided to pull back those SCVs, and he's just going to push out now with a handful of Marines, see how much damage he can do. As we do have an Immortal now on the way here for DuckloadRa, and this is what MakaPrime should have done in the beginning when he had a handful of Marauders and Marines. Pushed out at around this time before that Immortal got pushed out, but we do have the Warp on the way here, the Chrono Boost on the way for that Immortal, so we are going to see that Immortal on the field quicker than normal. But yeah, both teams are sticking to the same build order. MakaPrime is doing a slightly different. He's going for a quick expansion just now, as neither team expanded right away at the first game. MakaPrime was just about to, but WhiteRa pushed out basically right when he got his defense at the natural set up. So yeah. Anyways, We do have a Warp Prism now on the way here for DuckloadRa, a little different from first game. We also have Stimpack on the way here for MakaPrime as well, so he's definitely looking to get some early tech advantage as well. As you need that Stimpack, especially against Protoss, to get that shield down if you don't have any ghosts in the field this early. EMP, yeah, EMPs, those are from Ghost. The Stimpack definitely helps quite a bit. Now we do have DuckloadRa is pushing out with a handful of Zealots and Mortal and a Stalker here, and all there is for MakaPrime is just a bunch of Marines, and he is forced to pull back to his main to see if he can trap them outside of his base. He's pulling off a ton of SCVs to deal with this attack here, as we do have to drop a Warping from DuckloadRa from the back here, and this could be it. I think MakaPrime is in trouble, as that Warp Prism in the back, warping in some Zealots, might have done the damage, and I don't think MakaPrime can deal with this, as he's trying to micro like crazy right now, and he's doing a pretty good job. I don't think he's going to be able to survive this, as that was definitely well played once again by WhiteRa, and there is the good game, and DuckloadRa is going to move on into the tournament. And wow, all I gotta say is that was definitely well played there. That Warp Prism was definitely great to do. I mean, he attacked from the front, warped in from the back, and forced MakaPrime's army into one little ball and just demolished them. So there you have it. DuckloadRa is the winner of round, like I say, round 6. I really need to write this crap down. And this was a best out of 3 match, and DuckloadRa did win game 1 and 2. So yeah, it's no more matches between these players, and I'll see you all next time.